Again tonight. Hello, everybody. We are live. We are live tonight on Queens Must Wear Crowns. Tonight is Wednesday, and I am super excited. I am your host, Ilyasa Simpson, the CEO of the Charge Room Ministry. Yes, I am Minister Charge, and I come to you from New York because I am all over streaming live all over from 3 platforms. Yes, we are. We are streaming from Facebook, my personal page, Ilyasa Simpson, Facebook, The Charge Room, and we are also streaming live from YouTube. So if you did not know, we have a YouTube channel. Yes, we do. The name of the channel is The Charge Room Inc. And I just want to take time out to ask everyone to please step up, go in your phones, type up YouTube, go in the search bar, type in the Charge Room Inc., and you will see my logo that says the Charge Room is white with orange and black. That is us, right? So click on and subscribe to our YouTube channel and never miss an episode every week. The Charge Room has 2 platforms. On Wednesday, we have Queens Must Wear Crown, and we cater to the women. And on Thursday, it's Where Is My King? Where Is My King? Which is on Thursday. Both nights we stream out to you at 7 p.m. And every week we have something different. Every week we have great energy. And every week it's either one person or a multitude of people. But what we do is we collectively come together. We talk about adult situations. Why? Because we are adult people. So one thing we like to bring to the table is to share our experiences, share different points of view, share different topics from around the world, and just open our eyes and broaden our horizons. Because a lot of times we think we're perfect people, but there's no perfect people out here, right? So sometimes we have to take a step back and process some things. Some days are good days, and then some days are not so good days. And again, like I said, we might want to think we're perfect, but those days that we are not good, we are not having a perfect day. But just because you start out with some bad feelings, bad vibes, negative energy, that doesn't mean that your day has to end that way. So what I would always like to say is channel your energy positively with positivity. So what happens is that if you notice that you have negative vibes, you have to stop, take a step back, look at what's going on, take you out of the equation. And if something is not your business, do not put that in your suitcase. Because if you take things and put it in your suitcases from other people, you begin to get heavy baggage. And then you'll wake up one day and say, wow, I feel heavy. Wow, I feel tired. Wow, I'm so stressed out. All the things that you carry are from other people dropping their stuff onto you. So with Queens Must Wear Crowns, this I like to have an open platform to discuss women of everyday issues that we don't ordinarily look at, that we just don't pay attention to because we just going so fast doing our hustle and bustle. We skip some things. And then when we sit down, we then become thinkers, even critical thinkers. I want you to be a critical thinker. Think outside the box. Like, what is really going on here? So I like to bring topics to bring awareness, bring awareness that we can identify if we want to change our behavior, change the way we receive people, places, or things, and change the way we think, right? So tonight we have such a great topic, right? We're talking about women pretty much that have been independent women, pretty much that have been working their journey all by themselves, and they've had to become a part of a process of having a dual role in life, because you may become the overseer of your home, you may become a caregiver of your home, you may become a caregiver of your home and somebody else's home, you may have to take care of your family members that you didn't sign up for, or that wasn't on your list to sign up for, right? So it, again, all of these things weigh us down, but at the same time, it puts on this coat of armor that becomes strong and tough and rugged that we do not realize, right? So as we're going through life, because we're women, we're emotional creatures. Not only that, humans are psychoneurosomatic individuals, right? So the body, mind, and spirit, we want things. We want touch. We want love. We become vulnerable. We don't have a mate. We become lonely. Sometimes we even become desperate just to fill a space of not being alone. Then we develop a sense of lack, right? And it brings us to situations that we have to reach for things, and we reach in again in a form of desperation, but we don't really think it's desperation. And it'll place us to make decisions in our lives that we end up regretting. So tonight I want to talk to women over 40, and it could be of women younger than 40, because we are all women, mature women, growing women, and women are growing to want change but don't know how to change. So tonight we're going to talk about women carrying an armor of masculinity so much that we may attract a man with feminine energy, and we scare away that masculine man that we're looking for, that would we want to cover us, that we want to be our security blanket, that we want him to be our knight in shining armor, our king, right? We may, because we are strong, independent women, some people call us the angry black women, you know, because we've been through so much and we don't trust and we don't know how to love anymore because our hearts are so hardened, right? We become bitter, right? We get called all kind of names, right? But check this out. We're human too. We need love too, and we want love, but sometimes we may get on in our own way. So tonight we're going to talk about it. We have two beautiful queens on deck tonight that's going to help me talk about my topic. We're going to introduce Queen Angela tonight. We're going to introduce Queen Brianna tonight.
Numbers. Yeah, ready. 919 dollar.
Hi, Queens. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, ladies. I'm
How are
sorry.
you doing? So what we're gonna do is I'm going to play an excerpt from a gentleman that one of my queen friends sent to me. It was on TikTok, but she sent it to me. She said, Ilyasa, this is a great subject. So I'm gonna play it, and I hope everyone can hear, because otherwise I'll just play it again. So I'm gonna play it as loud as I can, so everybody have a great listen.
Masculine man, he has a desire to provide. He has a desire to hold you down. He has a desire to cover you. But when you have carried this masculine energy so long that you do all the things for yourself, watch this. You have to step back from the process and process, because you could very well be carrying masculine energy, attracting feminine men who are never really good candidates for mates. If you desire a real marriage, you keep feminine men that have no desire to hold anything down, no desire to work, no desire to be the man, and at the same time, simultaneously, you're turning off masculine men. Masculine man, he has a desire to provide. He has a desire to hold you down. He has a desire to cover you. But when you have carried this masculine energy so long that you do all of these things for yourself, watch this. You have to step back from the process, because you could very well be carrying masculine energy, attracting feminine men who are never really good candidates for mates. If you desire a real marriage, you keep attracting feminine men have no desire to hold anything down, not to work, no desire to be the man, and at the same time, simultaneously, you're turning off masculine men. Masculine man, he has a...
Okay, so this gentleman was speaking of women who carry energy. And although we may want a man, a masculine man, a strong man, a man to cover us, protect us, to guide us, to teach us, to support us, again, to be that man that we all dream of. But because we carry such masculine energy, we may be attracting that man with feminine energy, and we're losing patience with him and judging him before he's able to produce for us like we want to, and we jump all over him the second that we think that he's doing something wrong, not purposeful, not useful in our lives, and we discredit him, dismiss him, we dismantle him. And at the same time, because of this masculine energy, because we're so used to doing everything so independently, we had to take on again dual roles, that we may scare off that masculine man with the energy that we desire of our hearts. So I'm just bringing this point of view to the deck tonight. And I'm asking everyone online to please give your comments in the comment box. You see, I already put comments back with us, scrolling across the screen on the ticker, right? But as you're doing that, and I want to receive your feedback so we can come on, we're going to have the two queens on deck tonight to give their perspective views. And then we're going to include yours, and we're going to talk about it. So tonight we're going to start off with Queen Angela, and I'm going to let you have the floor. Okay, Queen?
Yes. Oh my gosh. One, I have so many mixed feelings about hearing brothers do videos about women. I don't know. It's like so many brothers today doing videos and writing books on telling women how to be women. And I do find that very fascinating that many of us are taking instructions from men on how to be a woman, which is bizarre. So now we have all these women, and some of these brothers are really good. They can be really enlightening and all this great stuff. Then you have all these women who's educating themselves, you know, going back to college, making 6 figures, and they're doing what they do. But then no one is out here giving that same love and pouring that same energy into these brothers on how to step their grade up, how to step their grade level up. So I want to say that. And then as far as the masculine energy is concerned, like I said, I have so many mixed feelings about what that brother said. Yes, there are a lot of women who act very, very masculine. And I think that we're confusing, or it sounds like to me what he's confusing is that balance. Everyone has masculine and feminine energy. Even men have feminine. Everybody has masculine and feminine energy, right? But I think he's confusing when masculine energy gets imbalance, when it's completely out of balance. That's when it becomes a bit more controlling and aggressive and critical and demanding. So I think sometimes sisters, we get so used to paying all our bills and doing everything by ourselves, and, you know, trying to give a man a chance to be in our lives, and he may not be ready to, he may not be emotionally available. He may not, you know, be responsible enough. And then that frustration starts to set in. And women just get so used to being single, not that they want to be, but I think they just get so used to being single and doing everything that they can come off a bit more aggressive than they need to. I don't know if these brothers who are masculine, I don't know if I agree with him, but I'm not a man. So if there's any brothers out there listening, then please chime in. I don't know brothers who are truly masculine. I don't know if it's that we, you know, women who have possessed that strong energy or masculine energy. I don't know if it's that we scare them off more than it is that they just don't feel like going through the challenge. Like, they're like, why would I compete against a woman? I'm out here trying to make a living. I got to go to work every day and compete against, you know, the people on my job. I don't want to come home and compete with my woman. So I don't know if it's that we scare them off more than it is them saying it's just too much effort to try and process that level of contention in a relationship where it's just not worth the effort. For me, I think that I know I'm an alpha female. I know I like to take the lead, not necessarily in a relationship, but I like to do things that need to be done. But that's because I haven't had the luxury of being able to rely on anyone else to be there for me. That being said, when a man does come into my life, I like to play my position and let him be king. Like, I want you to be king. I want to nurture you. I want to take care of you. I want to do all of that. I just don't want to be controlled. I'm all for the balance. I don't necessarily believe that, you know, he says jump and I say how high, but I have no problems with letting the brother be ahead of the household. I have, and also I think a woman who is an alpha female, or a woman who does possess a healthy balance of masculine energy, yeah, when she meets her king, she doesn't try to take the lead. She doesn't try to, you know, boss him around or emasculate him. She wants him to be king. She wants him to do his thing and shine and rise, because there's nothing like, as a woman, having a man that you can be proud of. There's nothing like having a strong man walk home and, you know, walk in the house and you know, do you lay the law down. What you want, baby? How you want your dinner cooked tonight? I mean, a lot of people might get mad at me for saying it, but as long as he's doing his part, I'm going to do my part. I don't know if I answered it the right way, but I answered it from my heart.
Listen, Queen, I understand. I had mixed emotions as well. I definitely agree that there are men, both men and women, that possess positive, negative, feminine, masculine energy. I definitely agree with that. And nothing for nothing, that makes it gel nicely. However, I do also believe there's an energy that some women possess that gives conflict to a relationship, to where she does not allow her man to shine through because of her previous experiences and her damaged heart. So that lack of trust and faith in her man definitely comes to the surface every relationship that she encounters, because she brings her baggage with her as she moves forward, not giving herself most times the space to breathe and release or purge the relationship that she just was released from. So it does create a conflict in the relationship for the roles, because if she lacks support and of being of that gentleman being missing or disappearing or not bringing to the table what he promised her, she becomes disappointed, she becomes angry, she becomes bitter, she becomes frustrated, and she acts upon it. So there's yelling, there's screaming, there's a constant disagreement, and the meetings of the minds are very challenged to happen. So I get that because I've experienced it. Most women that are mature in age have experienced a time where we fell in love. We started as loving individuals, and then the tables turned. Something happened. Something happened where somebody was disappointed, and that disappointed became very angry. And most times when a woman becomes angry, she becomes extremely frustrated because she's not allowed to exhale that anger as she desires, so that she can breathe past whatever has caused her angered emotion, because men won't admit, okay, well, you did this. Most of the time it's infidelity. Most of the time. Sometimes it could be from drugs. Sometimes it could be from someone stealing. Like, it could be anything. But whatever it is, that man has lost trust and faith from his queen, and she no longer believes in him. She no longer believes in anything, like, because of the lies. So moving forward is like, okay, you're dismissed. I don't even believe anything you say. And then it's a lack of respect that shows up to the table. So now the language has changed. There's no, okay, love, boo, babe. There's no more of that. It's what? Da, da, da. You know, they going all the way left. So a guy doesn't have a chance. You know, he just doesn't have a chance. So I do get it. And I also feel that if a woman is loved properly, she can become a better woman to love. And sometimes men do not know how to properly embrace a woman to where they can bring out of her who she really is or can be, because women need support just like men need support. And I my experience, I feel that men are not able to handle, because I'm an alpha female too. But just like you say, I told you with you, I know how to play my position. I want to play my position. I want to sit down and be a lady. I want to cross my legs and wear my pretty heels. I want to cater to you at home in the bed. I want to feed you your food because I'm going to cook it for you every single night. That's what I want to do. But sometimes, and then I know how to keep a home. Like, women who want to be women know how to be dainty, know how to be pretty, know how to be sexy, know how to keep a home, and they know how to make money too. And I think the charge is we know how to make money. And some men become intimidated when all of those factors add up, because we have power. And some men feel that intimidated by the power. Just my opinion and just my experiences. So for the woman, I'm speaking for the woman that wants to be a woman, who may have the ability to rock two roles, but also have ability to sit down to be one and to be of oneness with her mate. Sure.
So, and I agree with you. But again, like when I said earlier, is that everybody's writing all these books on telling women how to be women. Everybody doing show. I don't see the real focus, and maybe because there's no money in it the way it is for women, of people really step by step, one, telling these brothers what does it take to get an alpha female, telling these brothers what does it take to get a woman who's established, who has her stuff together. Like, no one is cultivating them. No one is pulling them up by the bootstraps. The focus is always on, let me tell you how to be a woman, and a real woman does this and a real woman does that. And then when we're talking about men, they always criticize men on the things that they don't do, rather than uplifting these brothers and saying, listen, a woman who is strong, she's looking for a man who is also strong. And in order for her to put her guard down, she needs to feel your strength. She needs to recognize it, not through control, but by your very presence. And just like, it's like when we meet brothers and how they approach us, and I pay attention to how you walk, how you move, how do you handle yourself? The same way they expect women to be feminine when they walk into a room, and the way I don't drink, but if I did, do I put my pinky up? I don't know. But, just certain feminine qualities that may attract men and women. We're looking for those same qualities. I'm looking for a man who walks strong when he walks in the room, who's dressed properly, who handles himself properly, who can speak properly. And I think that when we get that type of man, then we're good to put our guards down, because I know I can rest on your strength. I know you got another queen sitting on her throne waiting to be heard. So I'm going to zip it for now.
I'm just trying to see.
I can't hear you, like.
I'm trying to see.
Oh.
You can?
I heard you now. You were a little shady at first. Say something.
Okay, I was actually looking at one of our kings to give a male perspective, because that would be quite interesting. Waiting for to respond back.
Let's see if we can find some. Let me put my glasses on.
I like to put stuff in the game. I totally like to put stuff in the game. Again, like, I totally agree with you. There is just so many times that men do feel that they have the know-it-all to tell women how to, and it's all coming from their perspective. Because at the end of the day, both roles have to come to the table in agreement. And I was speaking to somebody today, when two people come together, they really need to create a contract. They really need to establish boundaries. They need to present their non-negotiables. So when something happens, there will be disappointments. You can get straight to the business. You can identify what's really going on, right? So I'm going to bring the next queen, Brianna, on the line, because she's just walking around. I wanted to see if she was ready. So, because we was talking earlier, and she had a great perspective to add to the table. She's of a younger generation, but she's always so intelligent. I really love this queen, because she puts her whole heart into her and her life and her efforts, and she strives to be of her greatness and to unlock even greater greatness. So I'm gonna bring to the screen Brianna. Brianna, how are you, queen? Can you hear me?
I'm good.
How are you today?
You guys, how are you, Queen?
I'm gonna.
Doing
Okay, you sound better now. Okay, you sound better. Okay, so again, we were talking about
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
women, strong women. Yeah, strong women, independent women who sometimes becomes with tainted names
Can you hear?
of saying that you're too independent, you're bitter, you're broken, and men like to label us as to not being attracted to strong women. So I just wanted to bring to the table for you to give your perspective on how you feel about that topic. So I'm going to give the floor to you so you can speak, okay? Whenever you get ready. Rihanna, can you hear? Rihanna, can you hear?
You guys,
I can't hear you.
can you guys hear me?
Now I can.
You can hear me good.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I'm gonna be really fast. I really wanted to participate 100% tonight, but I have renovation going on. It's putting the kids to bed. It's a lot going on right now. This topic gives me mixed feelings, and the reason why it gives me mixed feelings is because I was brought up. My grandmother, my great aunts, my mom, they always taught me if you're gonna be with a man, he has to pull his weight. I'm sorry. If you're gonna be with a man, he has to pull his weight. And if he can't, there's no reason for you to have him around. Like I was always taught that if you're gonna struggle, you need to struggle by yourself. So I had this mind state that if I have to ask somebody twice to do something, then I might as well do it myself. And that I realized that became a problem in my relationship recently because instead of asking or instead of communicating where he's either falling short or where I need to pick his weight up at, I would just do it. And then that built up anger. And then out of nowhere, I would explode when it's time for me and him to communicate, or he might say the wrong thing at the wrong time. And then all these things are coming out. Can you guys hear me? Because your screen is frozen, Ilyasa.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. And every time we would like communicate about something or he would say something, I would blow up because I never extended that, hey, you lacking in this. Do you think you can help me with this? We work the same hours, the same shift. We should be, if you doing one thing, I should be doing another. It's no reason why anybody should have any type of downtime unless all of our duties are done. And I don't like rejection either. I don't like being told no. I don't like being told I can't do it right now. I don't like being told I don't have it right now. Could you wait then? Could you wait that? So a lot of times where I take on responsibilities that are a man responsibilities, I choose to just do it. I roll with the punches and just keep it moving. When I have a whole man right here and all it takes is a simple, hey, this is due, that's due. And what I did learn is women, we are natural born nurturers. We are natural with keeping tabs on things, bills, things that need to go on the calendar, things with the children, where they need to be, what time they need to be picked up. We're very organized with things like that. So sometimes it do only take for them to give a man a reminder. Hey, could you pick so-and-so up at 3:30? Don't forget, hey, this is due. And to be honest, at the beginning of my relationship, it was very hard for me to do that. It was like, come on, you should know this already. This has been a routine. And that aggression comes out. And then I guess that's where they feel like, oh, we're bitter or we're always nagging or we're always mad. But when you set expectations for a person or your partner, you expect for them to fall through. And sometimes it's okay for your partner to have a down day, because I'm sure there's plenty of times us as women, we have days where we fall short too. But we don't slip men no slack when it comes to falling short. And I'm learning all these things now. I'm 29, so yes, you guys have been there, done that. I've learned now that it's very important to communicate and hear your partner out. Like, there's some things that I didn't know how a man would feel until he expressed that to me. Like, you don't have to yell at me. You don't have to do this. All you have to say is, hey, talk to me as if I'm a human. I'm not your child. Don't belittle me. And it's not that that's what I am intentionally doing. It's just, like I said, when you don't communicate right then and there, and you hold it in and you hold it in, and it carries on and it carries on, and then you explode, it's like you a mad woman, because now it's like where all this stuff came from. I feel that also men need to be held accountable for things. Like, yes, we could make excuses from time to time. Yeah, we could give you a pass. But the same amount of responsibility that a woman has is the same as a man. I get it. Sometimes you have to give reminders, but it should definitely be hands down. As a man, as a provider, as a protector, you should know what to do, how to do it, when to do it. It has nothing to do with a woman being bitter. It has nothing to do with a woman being mad. It has nothing to do with, oh, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I could have had a fantastic day. And then that one little thing that he didn't do, and we've been doing it for a year now, could change a woman's mood. Because it's like, why? This is an ongoing thing. You should know this already. I shouldn't have to tell you, like, get in tune. And what I have realized is men don't like to be told what to do. They do not like being told what to do. I'm sorry?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. They don't like being told what to do. They want to hold that position where they're running the show, everything is in their court, and you got to roll with their punches. But when it comes to a woman that's very secure in who she is, very secure in how she runs her life, her family, her household, her work, once you have a woman that's fully secure in all those areas, if you're not running the show right, she's not gonna let you take lead. It's gonna be impossible for her to give you a baton to take lead, and you're not living up to those standards.
I definitely understand what you're saying. Before we popped you on, I'm gonna pop you. Before we popped you on, Queen Angela and I were talking about similar situations, because we, just like how you said that, I didn't mean to do that. Just like how you said, you were raised on, if a man is not pulling their weight, that you don't need to be with them. You were not the only person that heard that growing up. That's just something that was standard, or in most households. But there's the flip side of people who stayed no matter what. So whatever situation they were in, whatever went on, they just stayed and took it, right? So so again, communication lacks, then it's how you raise, then it's the lack of accountability. But also at the same time, something very key that you said is he should already know. I want to add something to that. You may feel, and women may feel, a man and a woman are together, they've been in a relationship for a long time, that because he's around you and because you are around them, both parties will assume that they should already know. So just like you say, well, I was raised, if a man didn't pull a part, then you don't need to be with them. They may feel the same way. If a woman is not pulling her part, they need to be with them, because it depends on, again, how you were raised. How you were raised determines your actions and how you move in your relationships with other people. So when you come together, you can't always assume, well, they should know, or they're grown, they should know. But in essence, they don't know. Because I'm going to give you a prime example. I'm a program manager for a housing program for individuals, for adults. I'm going to just leave it like that, for adults. So I do the interviews for anyone coming into the program. So as I'm interviewing, and I have 80% men, really 90%, each man, and this is so serious, each man that has come across my desk has never took time out to have their own. Each man. Because what happened is they came from their mother's house, or went to auntie's house, went to their cousin's house, went to another woman's house, then to another woman's house, then to another woman's house. So now that all the women got tired of him, he's in the street now. So now he got to go to the homeless shelter. And that's where I come in at. I get them from the homeless shelter into an apartment, and going down the list. Have you been independently in your own apartment? No. They don't even know how to make out a money order to pay their rent. They don't even have an account to put money in, to write a check to pay their rent. They don't even know how to set up direct pay out of a checking account to pay their rent. They don't know how to pay their utilities. They don't know how to sweep a floor. They don't know how to put things in the garbage. They don't know how to organize the clothes in their drawers. They don't know how to sleep in their own bed. They sleep on floors or the couch. They don't know how to organize that apartment that they had, that they claimed they wanted. Why? Because everyone always did it for them. Most of them don't even know how to read, or they don't even want to. But they want the luxuries. Oh, Miss Simpson, I need an air conditioner. Miss Simpson, I need a TV. Miss Simpson, I need a somebody asked me for a video game player, Xbox. Excuse me, we don't do those. So that was okay. And the thing about it, our program pays the utilities. So they want to run the air conditioner all day, all night in the summertime. Why? Because they don't have to pay the bill. So that's that thing about accountability. No one in their life has ever made them accountable. Just like how you said, men need to take accountability. But no one from the time they were born in their lives have made them take accountability. So when they get with you, they're like, I don't know what you're doing, but guess what? They're not going to let you know that they don't know how to do it. They're going to cause controversy. They're going to cause diversion. They're going to create an argument so you could do it. Instead of them admitting, well, babe, like, I really don't know how to do any of that stuff, because they're embarrassed. I had someone that just didn't know how to handle a woman. And he swore, I know how to handle women. Nah, boo, because the way you touching me, you are very inexperienced. You're very inexperienced. And I know you're very immature in the woman area. Something is going bowling. I know how to bowl. He didn't even know how to hold a bowling ball. But he put on this front, this exterior that was so deep, like, oh, I know what I'm doing. You standing up in front of the bowling alley looking real dumb, bro. You looking real dumb. Who doesn't know how to hold a bowling ball? But if nobody taught them, we assume these things because they grown men and they may have sex with us very well. But nobody taught them the basics of living. So we expect things they have no idea how to go forth to do. And then we're getting angry at them. So just like you had your encounter, your interaction with your male partner, and because he was saying, like, you don't have to yell at me, because when we get mad, we yelling and screaming, we hollering, we cursing, we throwing things. But they're looking at us like we're crazy because they don't know. And we don't even know they don't know because no one is communicating. So communication is the serious key to any relationship. Communication is deep. And a lot of times people will not communicate because they are too ashamed, because they lack knowledge of something as so simple as not knowing how to organize their shirts, pants, underwears, and pajamas in a drawer. So we have to take a step back and process and just think about it. We can't always assume that someone knows something. And just because women are creatures, we emotional. And we're physical too. Men are physical, but women are physical too. We want what we want when we want it, like right now. And if we don't get it, that's a problem. I'm definitely guilty of that. It's a problem. I had to learn the power of patience. And boy, did I get beat up trying to get that thing together. But I finally got it together. That power of patience is serious. So I do understand how some women get crossed feelings, mixed emotions, expressions when it comes to a man being of what we think he ought to be. Because what we think he ought to be is not necessarily who he actually is. And it's very important that we communicate from the start, from the first meeting. And we discover that, I think this is a hit. But at that particular moment, that's when boundaries and non-negotiables and contracts need to be set. Because the second that something is crossed, a discussion needs to happen. A meeting of the minds needs to happen. But I just want to read some comments that's going on. One Queen Melissa, she's from Philadelphia. She said, my comment is, I think that men should be more patient with women. But that's kind of a question she has. No one comes into a relationship ready-made. This is true, male or female. You must work with your mate to create balance in the relationship. Definitely true, Melissa. And then it's like she said, if he's intimidated by her ability to make money, he's not too old enough to play life. So again, y'all can make money together. Y'all can build together. Gladys, Queen Gladys, she said, men are afraid of strong women. I experienced it for many years till I found one that is not afraid, and we have grown together. Awesome. Awesome. So great comments. So did any of you queens have anything else to add?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm like bursting at the seams here. I'm like, I don't know where to start. I'm like, oh my God, Brianna said so many things. And then last thing, that whole lack of trust, like I totally understand you. And sometimes one thing you said though, Brianna, is you said that it's how you were raised. You were raised to expect certain things from a man. And a lot of these brothers today grew up in a single parent household. They grew up where the family dynamics and structure, isn't what it was when we were younger or our parents were younger. So a lot of these brothers really don't have a blueprint. I heard this brother say, and I thought it was really fascinating. He has his parents has 8 children together, right? His mother got 8 kids by his father. His father never lived with his mother. He does not know although they got all the kids together, he's never seen his father in the house with his mother. He doesn't even know what a man taking care of a woman looks like. So it's like a lot of things we think should be common sense, and it may be a lot of things that brothers want to do, but when you just don't know how to do it, sometimes it's intimidating. And intimidation doesn't always mean that you're afraid to do it. Sometimes you just don't know how to approach it. And I think because so many brothers are born in single parent households, when they get in a relationship with a woman, they do try to, embellish their abilities, and I can do this, or as Elisha said, he couldn't hold a bowling ball. So I think a lot of times brothers do want to kind of spread their peacock feathers to try and impress you. And sometimes they talk further than where they actually are on the growth chart, because I think that they describe themselves, or they try to portray an image of their future self rather than where they currently are, and then they oversell themselves. Then when you get into a relationship, it's like, well, you ain't really got all the stuff you said you had, or you can't really, talk, walk the walk, or, that you talk. So I think a lot of times that gentle reminder of what to do, or that gentle nudging of this is how it can be done. I think for me, at 53, you just got to come a certain way for me, because I've done it, I've lived it, but I don't expect him to come without fault. If you understand those dynamics and how a lot of brothers are raised today, and some of the examples of manhood that's before them, we got to be a bit more understanding and a bit more patient with them. I'm not saying tolerate nonsense or put up with BS, but I am saying sometimes, we got to work with what we have. Just like we want them to nurture us, sometimes we have to nurture them. Just like we want them to bring out the best in us, sometimes we got to bring out the best in them. That potential definitely needs to be there. I don't necessarily believe in dating potential, but if you're acting on it, then I could work with you. What did I write down? I don't even remember. I got notes here. I was just trying to write down words. I can't remember. You guys said so much. And then sometimes you just don't know what you don't know. Sometimes you know what you don't know. Like I don't know how to fly a plane. But then there are things that you just don't know that you don't know because you've never been exposed to it. Sometimes you don't even know what questions to ask in order to learn, because you don't even know what's missing. And I think that's where, as women, we are natural born teachers. And that's where we have to, kind of show up and lead a little differently, so that they can learn from a different perspective. And we got to be a bit more gentle with them when it comes to that, so that we give them a chance to kind of catch on and grow throughout the process. But that's just me.
Listen, I definitely agree. Again, like every person is different. Because we all come from different backgrounds. We were all raised by different standards. We all have a different value system, different set of ethics. And then it's the part of us coming together to have a common ground. And most times we overlook or underestimate our partners, and we anticipate one thing, but there's something called reality. And a lot of times, reality doesn't set in until it's too late. And then it's the part that you take this magical pill and you dream these things and you have this creative imagination of what you feel a relationship ought to be, because it's what you've always dreamed of, and you fit everything into your box. And then one day reality sets in and you open your eyes. It's like, oh my God, I have a crack. It's like, mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest of them all? And then it's like, oh, there's a crack in my mirror. And life is not perfect anymore. So then you become this, oh my God, woe is me person. Is like, how could this possibly happen? How could he do this to me? How, like, it's a whole bunch of hows, whys, who's, babe, because you took your magic pill and you had this great big dream of what life ought to be. But you put everything in your box to make it fit like you thought it was fitting, but it really wasn't. So denial of reality of what things really are compared to what you have in your mind. It's all about how people think. So people, again, they come to terms with what is, and they want, because a lot of times people don't say what they want. They'll talk about you behind your back, underneath the sheets, behind the bathroom door, in the shower. You just mumbling underneath your breath. I'm gonna tell him da 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 da. Soon as he walk in the door, hi baby.
Hey boo.
How you doing? Come here, boo. Right? And until and you throw all of that underneath the carpet until the next thing happens, and then it starts piling up, and then it explodes. This is the day we breaking up. Let me tell you what that MF did. Da 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 da. Boom boom bam. Right? So we have to take accountability of ourselves too. We want men to take accountability, but women have to take accountability, because at the beginning and the end of each is what we want. Do we even know what exactly we want? Do we even know who we are in ourselves? Who are you? Because we change on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. We change. Every day we wake up, we change. Life changes. Our situations change. Sometimes our situations change and we try to stay the same. And then that's that struggle. And you not understanding why you in still waters. You back in 1985 and this is 2020. I know y'all meet people like that. They like, dad, they still in 1992? Dad, isn't this 2020? But you see them, oh, I remember when I used to do this, and I remember when I used to do the, you hear a lot of used to be. What you doing? What you want to do? What's your goals? Where do you see yourself in 3 years? What is your end game plan? Let's talk about it. When men and women come together and meet, they don't talk about goals and aspirations together. They just come together and go, let's see where this go. Y'all are going on constant roller coaster rides. I'm sorry, but them whips is not doing me no good, because I can't take the whiplash. I want to know exactly what's going on, so I'm going to talk about it. Where do you see yourself in 3 years? I need to know what you want in your life. Did you establish what you want? Because I know what I want. Do you know who you are? Ask yourself these questions. Who am I? What do I want? What do I want in life? What do I want in a mate? Because some people do not have the ability to build together. They feel that each one is supposed to build separately. Oh, I have my half and you have your half. No, what happened to the together as one? And then if you're coming together with the preparation to always one day we're going to be separated, you speaking that into existence. So one day you really may be gone. So sometimes you have to remember your words and how you're projecting your words and how you're speaking life over your life. How are you speaking life over your relationships? You have to watch your vocabulary. Certain words you should not be speaking, because sometimes we put negative words into our spirits ourselves, but then we'll turn around and say, oh, so-and-so is hating on us. How about you hate it on yourself first? You ain't think about that. There's an exercise I always do sometimes to show people how we tear ourselves up first before anybody else can tear ourselves up. And I will go, okay, everybody lift up your phone, right? And so everybody lift up your phone. And then I say, go to the picture section. We go into the picture section where the camera is, and we turn the cameras to ourselves, right? So we got the cameras to ourselves, and we can see ourselves all in the picture. So however you look right now, no matter what it is, you take that picture. And then you can go to the video section and say, you know, I love me, right? That's the exercise I always do. Say, I love me. And then I tell them to go, okay, take that picture that you just took of yourself and put that video that you just said, I love me, post it up on Facebook right now. The minute I say that, everybody is like, oh, not with my hair looking like this. Oh, not with my skin looking like this. Oh, I look kind of ashy. Oh, my, I don't have no lipstick on. Oh, I don't have the right clothes. You should always stay ready so you don't have to be ready. Always stay ready so you don't have to be ready. You tell yourself what you of your love before anybody else does. You are your own critical person that just spits negativity all in yourself immediately, and you don't even know it. You do it every single day and you don't even know it. So if you're doing that to yourself, imagine how other people see you. So you can't be so quick to point fingers at other people when everything starts with self. Everything starts with self. So I'm just happy that you ladies came on the line tonight. Do any of y'all have any closing remarks before I close us down for Queens Must Wear Crowns?
You got something to say, Brianna? You could go ahead.
Brianna, you have any closing remarks?
I do, but I'm gonna skip on past it because then I'm gonna have y'all on here for a whole another half an hour, and I'm driving.
Got you. Well, I think for me, just having a balance, just in terms of with the actual topic is women being having too masculine energy. Again, I think everybody has masculine and feminine energy, right? I just think it's that balance. I think when it's out of balance, that's when women can be a bit more controlling and aggressive, and and I think sometimes we confuse being assertive or being aggressive. There's a big difference between the two. But I think, you know, I think for me personally, I make room for my king, whomever he is. Um, I know how to let him take the lead when he's the right person. You know, I think if you have to try and work too hard at it, then it's just not the right person. I think when you meet the person, you know, you still got to go through the process of getting to learn each other and take your time and grow and explore each other's personality and character traits. And I think over time, you'll start to build that bond. But as far as the masculine energy is concerned, I think as long as there's a balance, you know, you make room for that love and you nurture it and you take your time with it. So God bless.
Yeah, I totally agree, and it does challenge me when sometimes men will, I'm gonna call it, come out the side of their neck and say something, because you can't say like a blanket statement for all women. You
Right.
can't make a blanket statement. I'm gonna say for even all Black women, because each race and culture and faith, you know, you will get a different type of woman. Um, but with today's women, today's Black women, um, I'm super proud of them because there's a huge gamut that is going after their dreams. And even in the younger generation, they see opportunity and they're open minded to opportunity. Where, say, in our age group or older, they're a bit more closed minded with opportunity. And I'm gonna say, if I can be safe to say, it's because of the era that we come from, where our parents and our grandparents and our great grandparents, you know, coming through the civil rights movement, you know, and that gem just drops down. That oil is just dripping down. But there was a change in era between, say, like anybody Brianna's age and younger. You know, anyone in their 30s and younger. Um, the ones in their 40s, they have a little bit of a mixed drip. But say like when they're 30s and younger, that they have a different type of drip where they going for the money. There's more women now going for the money independently, and they're real sharks with it. So I'm super proud of them. But again, how we're, and they're not waiting for that man. Some of them have been buying their men, and then there's the older ones buying their man, but they're kind of settling for any kind of man just to have that void filled, to say, I don't want my bed empty. That's a different type of oil that's dripped. So that's the person that's, it's a sense of lack. You're lacking something because you may not want to be by yourself. You may not want to appear that you're lonely or vulnerable. Or you may feel that you have to people please and just to appear to your peers or your family members that you're doing way better than what you anticipated you should be doing at a certain age. So again, to me, it's about taking your reality pill, and choosing the direction that you want to go in, because we have choices, we have opportunity, we can change whatever we want to change. You have to be tired of your situation to not sit in your stillness, to accept whatever is going on in your current life, or that you're stuck and you can't move. You have nowhere to turn around. You have nowhere to turn to. You're here by yourself and you just don't know who to trust. Trust yourself. Start with yourself. Write your dream down on a piece of paper. Speak life into what you want. Ask yourself, what do you want? And then write down what you want. Because sometimes if it's just in your head, it's rolling around. But if you write it down and put it somewhere that you can see it every day, you can read it every day. This is what I want. This is who I am. Write your own mission statement. What is your purpose in life? Read it to yourself every day. Stand and declare who you are. Because once you do that, a sense of confidence shows up. A sense of strength thought you didn't have shows up. A sense of clarity shows up where you thought you had to rely on somebody telling you, oh, well, you can go to the bathroom right now. You can get in my car right now. You can go to the store with me right now. You can have a pair of jeans today. How about no one needs to tell you that? That's a choice that you can make for yourself. You can create your own power. You just have to speak life. Speak in existence what you want. And if you do it every day, you'll believe it. Because it all starts with a belief system. If you don't have a belief system, nothing is going to go forth with you. You have to start to believe in something. But don't just believe in something. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. Believe because you want to do it. Believe because you wrote it down. Believe because you asked yourself and you spoke yourself out and you wrote it down on this piece of paper and then you posted it up and you read it every day and you said, I decree and declare that this is who I am and this is who I want to be. And then you walk and take your steps in power and strength that God already blessed you with. Everyone was born with purpose. Everyone was born with power. Everyone was born with a gift and a talent. You have to find out what it is and don't live off of somebody else's failure, because somebody may have tried it, but they failed at it. They weren't successful at it and they didn't want to try again. And then they put that I'm going to call it that demon seed on you and said, well, you got to do it because I didn't do it. That can become a generational curse, because if you fail at what they failed at, oh, you are a failure. You ain't no good. Then you got somebody that you love and care about telling you how bad of a person you are. When that's not the case at all. They'll just projecting their failures on you to make you feel as bad as they do because they couldn't get it together. Don't live for somebody else's dream. Live for your own dream. Don't take the weight of nobody else's failures. Lift that up off of you, throw it in the garbage, and live for yourself. Think for yourself. Feel for yourself. Honor yourself. You have value. So I'm saying all that to say, don't allow a man to come into your world, or just like this gentleman here who's going to make a broad blanket statement on feminine and masculine energy. Yes, that's a given because everybody has it. But we have the ability to mesh that thing together based on communication and the desires of our hearts. Our strength inside ourselves, we can do anything we want to. And I don't want anybody to forget that. We can do anything that we want to. So it's not just men, it's our parents, it's our loved ones, and our friends that they may judge you to feel that you are less than, you are not enough. Or you're not a part of the girls' club. Even from school days, they'll have cliques that go around and, oh, she's ugly, or oh, she's nobody, or she's not down, she's not a part of the crew. And then you grow up with that stigma, thinking that you're not enough, thinking that no one likes you, thinking that no one cares about you. So you'll say, oh, I'm an introvert, I like to be alone, because that crew didn't accept you.
Mm-hmm.
Then you become selfish with yourself and do allow people who love you to love you. That's a selfish act, because you deny yourself love from people who love you. You don't allow people to love you because somebody else told you you weren't enough. Nobody wants you. Who wants to be around you? You're not this. You're not that. The devil's a liar, because that ain't true. Because guess what? You were born. You are still here. You have a voice. Now you have to believe in yourself. So come up out the dark space. Come up out the still space. Come up out the stuck space, and understand to ask yourself a simple question, a few simple questions. Who am I? What do I want? And you're going to write it down. You're going to post it up. You're going to speak life into your life every single day. And you're going to become what you write. You're going to become what you say. Speak what you say until you see what you say. And that's a process. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So you have to have patience with yourself. Learn to love yourself. Learn to accept yourself. Learn to love everything that you think is not perfect. Guess what? It is in your eyes. You're special in your eyes. Everything in life begins and ends with you. Never allow anyone to come in your space to steal your peace, to steal your joy, to steal your love that you think you don't have, to fill the holes that you have from previous relationship. You can fill your own holes yourself. It's called heal. It's heal between relationships. It's if you're with a mate, you sit down and talk about it so y'all can heal each other. Just because you don't get along, that doesn't mean you have to break up. You don't have to break up. Sit down and work that thing out. Don't allow other people to come in and ruin what you have. Exterior barriers. Don't let them do that. Keep your life to yourself, your business to yourself. Choose certain people to go to. How about go to people who know something instead of asking Shishi and Fufu to about advice when they don't know nothing about where you going or where you came from. A lot of times we ask the wrong people for advice. People that don't have what we want. Ask somebody ask someone who already has what you want. Become friends with them. You see them on social media. Inbox them. They make things so easy to get to right now. This is not 20, 30 years ago where you had to figure it out. You don't have to figure it out anymore. Your phone can get any answer you want.
It's true.
The access is real. So if you don't have information, that is your fault. Because your phone in your hand has access to anything you want done. Just Google it. Ask Alexa. Just get it done. So, ladies, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you as always. And maybe next week, another time, we can have another talk. And I love you guys you queen, very, very much. Have a good night. Ladies and ladies and gentlemen, because I know there's some gentlemen on the line, I thank you for coming to Charge Room. I thank you for coming to support Queens Must Wear Crowns. And I thank you for coming to support Where Is My King? Because what I have with the Charge Room is a ministry to bring awareness, to help people in their relationships, relationship of self, relationship of friends, relationship of families, and relationship of partnerships. It is important that we step our game up and become accountable to identify who we are and identify what we want. Because if we know these things, we can have a better understanding of where we are going. So do yourself a favor. I challenge you today. Take time out to take a step back. Have a look around in your world and see what things that you can unlock your greatness. Ask yourself, what do you want? Write it down. Post it up and speak life into your life. Have affirmations. Listen to positive encouragement or motivation every single day. Live life of positivity. Let go of the negative people that may be in and around your life. If a person does not benefit you, and I have made up today, if you are in a circle where you are not learning from a circle, that's not a circle. That's a cage. So you don't want to be locked up in a cage. Free yourself. Break chains. Let the cage life go. Go free yourself and get your life. Remember, like my Facebook page, Eliasa Simpson. Like my Facebook page of the Charge Room. Go to Instagram and follow the Charge Room. And then please go to YouTube, type in the Charge Room Inc. You will see the Charge Room pop up. It's white with black and orange writing. And subscribe to our page and never ever miss an episode. So thank you. My name is Minister Charge Eliasa Simpson, this the Charge Room, and everyone have an awesome night.